Hi everyone, this is Luke. Another song recorded live from quarantine from my apartment. The song that I'm going to play for you today is the song 4 minutes and 33 seconds by the composer John Cage. So, if you know anything about this song, you may suspect it's a bit of a cheat on my part. Um, so this song, which was composed, uh, it was thought up by John Cage in the late 40s, is 4 minutes and 33 seconds of complete silence on the part of a musician, um, and that's it. It's like a conceptual art, um, and I first heard or read about this piece in college, and I thought it was like hilarious. And I do truly love um, the experimental art um, of the last century, stuff like found art, surrealism, pop art, stuff like that. I find like really interesting, and I really actually do enjoy like high concept conceptual art. Um, and I think that it was um, what's that guy's name? The writer who wrote About a Boy, Nick Hornby. Nick Hornby had this article he wrote in the Believer one time that was about conceptual art, and he said that he always found that he got as much out of just reading about conceptual art as actually seeing it. And I think that kind of hit the nail on the head for me is when you hear about the idea behind the whatever conceptual piece is, to me just reading about the idea, I kind of get it, and I get probably more out of it just reading about it than actually experiencing it. And so this is one of those things where I've read about the piece 4 minutes and 33 seconds, and I've actually looked up, you can look up on YouTube, there's like an entire symphony orchestras that have been assembled, and the conductor starts and he's like tap tap tap, and then starts and immediately does the like silence signal, and then the entire whatever 40-piece orchestra sits in silence and the audience watches. And even that, I like pulled up a video of it on YouTube and didn't even watch the whole thing because I was like, okay, I get it. And John Cage has said, it's supposed to be, well, it is one of those things where the meaning lies in the listener's interpretation. And so really it could be anything, but it's about the act of listening. And so the actual uh, heard piece that you actually hear becomes all of the people shifting in their seats. You hear other people around you breathing. You hear the people in the orchestra like maybe moving around a little bit, and that's kind of it. You hear silence, and of course silence has its own sound. um, there's no such thing as like absolute silence really in although in Minneapolis there's actually like the quietest room in the world. You can look it up. There's so much padding in this one room that it's like as close to a silent place as you can possibly get on the planet. But anyways, I remember, man, how long is this intro? I've been talking for like whatever. This piece is stupid, anyways. So I'm gonna talk as much as I want. So I remember in college, there we I used to write for the college newspaper for the art section, and we started doing these like Q&A things that was modeled after like the AV Club, where someone would ask a question and then different writers would write your response. And so they were asking like, what music do you listen to when you study? And I got to the point in college where I could not listen to music when I studied, and because I would just get too distracted. And actually, you can look up studies where when you do that, it's essentially you're multitasking. You're telling your brain to listen to music and to work at the same time. And when you multitask, you don't. You basically do each task that you're trying to multitask with like uh, diminished efficiency, and it's easier to just do your one thing, get it done, and then do your other thing. So um, you retain less information when you listen to music when you study. And so I remember reading that like maybe sophomore year, and I quit listening to music when I studied. It actually was really helpful, and my grades improved, and I still give people that advice because I work with college students. And so I remember they asked that question, what music do you listen to when you study? And I said, I listen to the song 4 minutes and 33 seconds on repeat. And so trying to be cheeky, that I just listen in silence. And so all of my friends thought that that was like the most pretentious thing they had ever heard. And I was like, well, I think it's clever, and you're wrong because you've never heard of this thing. So, anyways, it's another one of those things where it's me talking is longer than the actual thing. So, what I've done is I set an alarm on my phone for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And so you're going to see me perform a very important art piece from one of the most important composers of the 20th century. Okay, ready, go. All right, so that was the piece. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Thanks for watching.